call our meeting to order. Let's, for business purposes, go ahead and just do a quick attendance check. So Eric Erfer.
Present.
Brian Kidney.
Here.
Tom Scannell.
Here.
And Lisa Phelps.
Here.
Okay, we are all present and accounted for. We have a very specific purpose for becoming gathered today, and a rather exciting one at that. And that is new business, which, well, pardon me first. Rick, do I need to do approval of minutes of our prior meeting?
Yes, I think we could just ask for any corrections. Yeah, if there are any, I'll note them.
Any corrections to the minutes? And hearing none, can we just go ahead and get a motion for approval, please?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. I am very excited to get to our main course, which is our resolution approving amendment to the management agreement for the Cable Donald Arena between the city, the Independence Event Center Management Corporation and Global Spectrum LP, doing business as Spectra Venue Management. Mr. Erfer, would you please take the lead on reviewing this item for the members of the committee, please?
It would be my pleasure. Thank you. So representatives from the IECMC and Spectra Venue Management have engaged in discussions to extend the current operating agreement for the arena 10 additional years beyond its current expiration date. I believe we have 3.5 years left on its current date. This would pick up from that point and carry it forward an additional 10 years with substantially the same terms and conditions. This is a no-risk contract scenario for the city, meaning if Spectra actually loses money throughout the course at the end of their fiscal year, they're responsible for covering those losses. If they make a profit, they are allowed to maintain that profit up to a certain dollar amount, at which point the proceeds are then split between the city, between the IECMC and Spectra. This agreement calls for that split to be 50-50. That is one of the nuances and changes in the extension. It was 60-40 in favor of the IECMC. That's been reduced to 50-50 going further. In addition to that, there are a couple of other changes. The first, probably most significant change that we had a lot of discussion about was dealing with the pandemic this current fiscal year. So for this fiscal year that we are currently in, the amended agreement calls for a share of loss for this year only. Then moving forward into the next year, we would again return back to the no risk scenario. The risk for the IECMC actually and the CID, the Independence Event Center CID, is capped at $300,000, and it is a shared loss scenario. So that's worst case as we work through with the representatives from Spectra. We did all of the math, all the projections. That would call for the venue losing $600,000. If we got to that point, then the IECMC / CID would be responsible for sharing that 50%. So we would be all in for $300,000. It is capped at that. Again, we think that is a worst case scenario, and that loss, that maximum loss, was calculated assuming that the Mavericks in particular were not going to play. If they didn't play, then we might be up against that threshold. But the Mavericks are going to start their season in mid-December with limited capacity, but they are still playing, so there will be some revenue flowing into the building that $600 loss maximum did not entertain receiving. So the third point that was changed is that the utility rate that is applied to municipal facilities was applied to the arena as well. The arena is a city-owned facility. It is a municipal building, so it was afforded that municipal utility rate. So that rate is also included then in the agreement going forward. I would ask maybe if Rick has any other points of clarification that I might have missed, but substantially that is the that's most of the changes that are most notable in the agreement going forward.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great summary. I would just add that on the utility rate, if it goes up more than 10% over a specified period, the city would fund the overage, only the overage. Again, that was something that we discussed at some length and came to the conclusion that that was acceptable, candidly, because the city has complete control over what the rate is. That has a financial component to it, but we didn't frankly think it would go up that much, but if it did, we could delay it or, whatever. It was in our control. So I think that covers it in terms of the material stuff.
And then just one more point, just a few moments ago, the Independence Event Center CID board met, and they approved a resolution accepting the $300,000 maximum loss potential as part of the SID. That clause of the contract was also vetted out to make sure legally that the SID was able to cover that, and that proved positive, and it is okay to do.
Okay, thank you for the presentation, Eric and Rick. Are there questions from members of the Management Corporation regarding this item? It's just so wonderful, it's left everybody speechless. Okay, if there is no further discussion, then we would entertain a motion for approval.
Move approval.
Lisa moves, and do we have a second?
Second, please.
Thank you. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, and that motion has been approved. Congratulations to our team at Spectra, and Eric, thank you for negotiating this. Let's make sure that they're aware that we've gotten this approved today. And Rick, thank you for your work in getting this formulated and drafted and helping with our negotiations back and forth as well.
My pleasure. Eric did all the hard stuff, but I appreciate the opportunity to be involved.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Again, a very limited agenda today, but while we're gathered, is there any other new business that needs to come before our body?
Yeah, Zach, and I should have put this on the agenda. This is Lisa's first meeting, so welcome and sorry and all that stuff, but it's probably worth noting that. I'll put that in the minute.
Oh, it is. All right, Lisa, we are glad to have you aboard and the perspective you'll bring as well.
Glad to be here. Thanks.
On your first day on the job, you had one of the most monumental votes, possibly in the arena's history. So welcome aboard, Lisa.
Might as well just dive right in, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I also wanted to extend a special thanks to Lisa for her work, not as a board member, but as a municipal services director, for finally getting the curbs repaired on Valley View and getting some of that area paved up there leading up to the arena and throughout our hotel corridor. Nicely done, Lisa. That's been a long time coming. Thank you for that.
Indeed. Okay. Any other new business? All right. Well, again, thank you for making some quick time. Again, thank you for everybody's work on this. We will see you at our next regular meeting. We're adjourned.
Thank you.